Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 3.0. In the previous episode we had another look at the petroleum generator and this time really optimized it so it can act on its own and there shouldn't be any drastic issues anymore. Another thing we did is send Ellie on a space mission to do some drilling. Currently, let's have a look at that. How much cargo do we have? 1.5 tons in the cargo bay. And let me actually have a closer look at that. Theoretically, yeah, it's still all spewing out here into the rocket. So maybe a more reliable source of knowing how far we are in the process is looking at the mass. Out of 32 tons, we went all the way down to 20 tons. So we managed to drill about 12 tons or so. And if we have a look at the rest of our diamonds, there's maybe a quarter or so left before we have to make our way back and resupply the diamonds. Now, as this is happening, there are a few other things I would like to take care of. First and foremost, we are lacking the water here on this planetoid. I mean, we are not using it up dramatically quickly, but now that the oil wells kicked in again, we need to take care of that. I would say, first things first, I would like to set up a rocket platform. We are gonna build this out of lead because it probably doesn't matter. Then I would like to see some access points here. We're also gonna need a liquid port loader as well as a unloader. Unload in order to get the water in this world and the loader of course for the petroleum and the oil. As for the port unloader, that is gonna be pretty straightforward. We're just gonna move over and I guess down here where we have our current water access, and also we need a way to get over here, and I think I want to prioritize that. So this is gonna come in with a bridge, and this is gonna ensure that we first use the water in order to resupply our own storage here and then give that to the oxygen system. Also somewhere here, maybe on the second level, we should set up something. Let me see. I wanna exclude this and then set up a storage. This way, once we start the rocket, we don't heat up the storage. It should just go nearby there. Maybe let's bring this one more block over. Yeah. We have 2 liquid storages on our rocket, so we can carry 18 tons of liquid. Let's make sure we have enough for water and then at the bottom for the petroleum. That would be 5, 10, and 20. And the same thing here at the bottom. We have 20. Maybe I'm even gonna store some oil. I would like to build another petroleum boiler on the main planetoid, to be honest. Anyways, here are my storages. That's gonna be fine. This essentially means I first want to bring the water through my storage tanks. So they're gonna go here. Actually, we can go straight through and just distribute it like so. So there's always going to be some preferred reservoirs that are filling up first, but it doesn't matter. It's about the capacity. We then bring all of these guys out of here and we join back with this pipe, meaning we don't need those anymore. Okay, now for the petroleum, we would also be exiting the storages here at the bottom. This could be petroleum or oil, I don't know yet. Once we have a petroleum boiler on the main planetoid, I might just take the oil with me. But there we go, we want to go in here. And all we have to make sure is that petroleum or oil is coming from this direction. So all of this, I might just remove that. No, actually we have to exchange it with insulated pipes anyways. So I'm gonna rather remove it. I'm also gonna make this a straight pipe going up instead of over. And then we'll be able to make this row here an entire petroleum pipe that needs to come. Let me see, we're coming up here. First filling up the petroleum generators. After the petroleum generators have been taken care of, we can make our way up. Now these ethanol things are going to disappear. So in the future, they're not gonna be a concern anymore. But for now, I'm just gonna have to route my way around them. Then we make our way up here. We have to set up a bunch of bridges. One bridge is gonna go here for the oil. And then of course another bridge here for the petroleum, which is then gonna move over and up. Nice. Here we are back on Glowani, where I noticed something that we'll also have to take care of in today's episode. Namely, this pool here is slowly but surely getting hotter, and we could also save on a little bit of energy. I found the idea of the exchanging pool sympathetic, but you guys are all about efficiency and stuff, and oh well, sometimes we just have to change a few things. Also, maybe this thermal aqua tuner is not enough to actually cool down all the items of the volcanoes. So we might have to add a second one of those as well. But the most important part is probably going to be to exchange the salt water we're using here with polluted water. And the reason for that is the heat capacity as well as the thermal conductivity. Heat capacity of salt water is only 0.2 and the thermal conductivity 2. Now, it wouldn't really matter if we weren't to cool down really hot items. So polluted water, if we just have a look at one example here, for instance, right there, specific heat capacity is 4. That is much more, and thermal conductivity is also better. The brine actually isn't that bad, so it is better than salt water, but it is still worse than polluted water, and it is even worse than normal water. So we should either use normal water or polluted water. The difference between those two isn't that dramatic. So I think that's what we should do. Exchange the entire cooling loop to not actually drop the water in here and pump it out again, but just using a bunch of pipes going through this, and then exchanging everything in the loop with polluted water. Now, I do not have any polluted water on this planetoid at the moment, so that would be something we have to send over, or we just use normal water, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. So without any further ado, let's make our way back inside of here, and we will disrupt the entire chain. Ooh, okay. Basically, what we have to avoid is this liquid vent and the pump. This way, we're just gonna save a little bit on energy, and that's gonna be that. How could we do this elegantly without too much interference? I believe the first step would be to exchange all the regular pipes we have here with radiant pipes. This looks more complicated than it is. It goes from the aqua tuner into the reservoir. The reservoir we're gonna leave out. So the reservoir is just what we have here. And we don't necessarily need a physical one either. So technically the goal would be to cool the chamber after the aqua tuner, which in the end means this pipe here that currently goes to the vent should in the end actually go into the aqua tuner. We can easily accomplish this by leading it down below, so it wouldn't be coming from this side anymore. Yeah, let me maybe just finish this, so in the end, when the piping is cleaned up, it will become apparent what my goal is. Okay, now this already makes much more sense. We're coming in here with the hot liquid and then it's going through the aqua tuner. After that, it is going through the entirety here of the cooling system. Make sure we cut these pipes. Also, this isn't necessary anymore. And we just connect these and I guess these guys here. Wonderful. There is the loop running again. Let's remove everything that is not necessary, and obviously we will be using less power for this. Now let's quickly set up the conversion from salt water to normal water. We probably can do this over here. This is also just a very temporary thing. We basically need a water sieve, or is it a desalinator? Yeah, remove salt from brine and salt water, producing water. Do we get less water from that? Yeah, we lose about 10% mass or so. Okay, we need to keep that in mind, but essentially we want to go up and down here and then avoid this connection. Though maybe we leave it in until we actually have built this. It should already be powered up and that's going to be that. Maybe I'm going to add a little bottle emptier. That always helps to keep things cool in case it becomes necessary. I also want to make sure before I actually switch this to water that I set it to something water can take, which is above 15 degrees. So it doesn't go below the 0 degrees mark. Hassan, can you finish this build before the day ends? That would be great. So we can already get this working through the night. Ah, wonderful. That's what I'm talking about. So now we should be able to cut this, right? And yeah, there we go. Now we're getting the water. Soon enough, some water will run through this pool. The only thing we still need to do is exchange whatever we have here in terms of salt water with normal water. Oh no, the desalinator is already overheating. So let's make sure we have some liquid here on the floor. We can use whatever. I don't know. Let's use water since it's better. But yeah, you get the basic gist. We just want to make things a little more effective. And we are starting by actually exchanging the cooling loop here with a better medium. Also, by now, I think my ship should be done here. Yeah, let's actually see. It doesn't look like we have any more diamonds left. And there's a total mass remaining of 13.9 tons on the asteroid out of 32. That's pretty good. But without any further ado, let's make our way back home right there. And then we can go on yet another mission. But this one here has been rather successful, I would say. We can even check how much we got for the material we actually came for, which is fullerene. 2 tons from the looks of it. That's actually not bad. Will give us the possibility to do 1 or 2 contraptions maybe. We'll see about that. There we go. Some more water shipping. And we are cooling this down. Good. It can now work again. And we almost made our first round here with the salt water. Once that is done, we have to run through the salt water here at the bottom. So I'm guessing we need a tiny pump left in order to do so. Maybe let's just get started with a pump here in the original spot and we'll see how that does. We can set up a liquid bridge here in order to give the pump priority. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be fine. Actually, I just cut the wrong piece there. Okay, and that might allow us to get rid of the rest of the salt water. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we've made some substantial progress here. You can see I already exchanged the top 2 layers with water, and the way I did that is with a water vent here. So everything that comes from the aqua tuner is landing in here, and then everything I'm pumping out, I'm also filtering out, so the water is being dropped again, and then only the salt water is continuing at this point. I had to add another liquid reservoir in order to guarantee the flow. But we're now almost done, and then we should be able to cool things down efficiently again. Now, one more thing you guys actually noticed is we totally forgot to implement this liquid vent here. So I decided I had to do something a little bit crazy in order to actually be able to get into the room, and we need to add that liquid vent immediately before the steam turbines actually give up. Now we just need a tiny bit more liquid in order to achieve a vacuum here, and then hopefully if we are quick about this we should be able to get in here without any accidents. In the meantime, we should be more or less ready on crew deal, at least to receive the rocket and then install the rest of the things we still need to. But there's no more reason for me to wait on this planetoid. I believe we have everything ready. Do we have food? Plenty of food, plenty of oxygen, some storages. Yeah, we're golden. The most important thing was obviously the water that we want to bring over. Let's go ahead, change that destination. We want to go over to crew deal first. The crew for this one was Gossman. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that be. Gossman is gonna take that rocket. There he is, bringing the suit along. And are you going? Yes, wonderful. Oh, is that a problem? No, I don't think so. Good luck on your journey. How long is this gonna take? About 4 cycles. All right. Should give us plenty of time to keep on building here a little bit. We did waste a little bit of time mopping up the ethanol here at the bottom. But alas, that's just how it goes sometimes. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Now we have to remove this tile very briefly. And after that we can get in there. Wonderful. Open that up now, Hassan. Thank you. And you have to build this like immediately now, right? We're already losing some of it, but because I'm pumping in more and more, we are... Are you really going to... Are you kidding me? Dude, Hassan, this is not good. This is now a work time slot. You get back in there and finish your darn vent. Thank you. Was that so hard? Now you can go to bed. And finally, my steam turbines are now working properly, so we are actively cooling down this room again. Nice. Ah, finally, look at this. We finally removed all the salt water. There's just a tiny bit left here. That means we can get rid of that liquid pump. We can also get rid of the automation and the vents. And then last but not least, we just want to properly route everything. This can be insulated. There we go. Everything completed. The question is this full enough? 200 kilograms. No, maybe I should have left the liquid vent on there. I would like this tile to be completely full, so we are gonna implement that still. Oh, I wasn't observant enough. I had to re-enable the loop, but I was a little bit too late, and now we had some overheating here as well. That doesn't matter because I had to get in here to collect the debris anyways, but geez, I'm gonna be glad once that exchange is over. Wonderful. Finally, the cooling can kick in. We're already down to 80 degrees from 91. So it was really a close call, but now we should be gradually going down with the temperatures again. Let's have a look at the star map. How far are we with the rocket? 1.5 cycles left to go. And we are actually done with all the building here. This is wonderful news. Our jumbo batteries are overheating because our cooling loop is actually hotter than the temperature they can take. But that should change in just a couple of minutes. Maybe we're gonna help it out by adding some water on our own. When the rocket lands, I wish to first extract the ethanol before actually doing the petroleum here. We can steer that by filtering what we actually want to intake into the rocket. My ethanol pipe is currently going here, and I guess I have to build some elaborate bridge setup to get things up there. This is all gonna be removed in the end. I just would like my ethanol to go all the way up and then into the rocket to ship over to Glowani, where we are struggling more with the power. Oh, I think, yeah, my rocket just arrived. Wonderful. We don't have a way to get out of there yet. This might be a little issue. Well, it's not really an issue. Gosman is still going to survive, no problemo. Let's now go ahead and extract the water. What I would like to see is water being extracted here. Is that happening? Yes, and it's going into my tanks, and then it will distribute into the base and also the oil wells. The rocket actually managed to heat up the ethanol here, so we have ethanol gas. That is totally fine. I just wanted to get it into these rockets anyways, so let's set that up. Ethanol, and it should be loaded into the rocket. Maybe not. I guess the problem could be that we have some petroleum in the pipe. Maybe we remove this pipe and then say petroleum is fine, so we heat damage. Yeah, I think it might be better to connect these guys, remove these ethanol pipes, and that might make things much easier. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Let's maybe mop up the ethanol again. Oh man, I would like to see this gone from the planetoid, you know. But actually thinking about it, the ladders are more important, so Gosman can get out of there. Actually, he doesn't even need to get out of there. Everything is already doing what it is supposed to do. By the way, something I totally forgot, we can get rid of our old storage. I'm only using this for liquefiable materials now. But technically we can get rid of all of that because everything from the old storage has been brought over to the new storage now. I don't need those rails anymore or anything else for that fact. Gosman made a mess because the rocket was grounded. I'm sorry about that. It shouldn't have been grounded in this scenario. There, the ladder is installed and Gosman has his freedom back. This technically means I can ground the rocket again. Liam is now idling. Why did you even go here? Why are you even... What do you want inside the rocket? It's not your freaking rocket! Okay, this shall not be our concern. Let's check the progress here. 82 degrees. I need to see the liquid here. 73. Not particularly convincing so far. But we definitely brought the steam turbines down here. Yeah, I think I will have to give this a little bit more time. No docks available. That is actually good, because that means Gosman will exchange his atmosuit before actually going back to the main planetoid. Okay, I think my rocket is about to return full of ethanol. We unloaded the entirety of the water as well. And there she is. Wonderful. Now we are just getting rid of the petroleum and oil I had in there. Also, another thing I would like to do is empty the storage bins. I collected some materials as well while I was at it. And all of these materials shall now be brought to the main planetoid. I also remodeled the Ratbolt rocket in order to accommodate 2 Trailblazer modules, and we are now gonna send this over to the next planetoid that we want to colonize. Well, not really colonize, but we want to build some stuff on it, Coldito. If we oversee the planetoid, I think we can have some nifty setup. Just make a rocket platform so we can land the rocket, and then we're gonna build a whole bunch of things, enable all of the iron volcanoes. We will use the chill of the planetoid to cool down everything. We will use the chill of the planetoid to cool down the steam turbines and the refined metal in the beginning, and afterwards, once we get rid of the chill and we want to collect all the wolframite, we're gonna switch to aqua tuners. If we have a look at the rocket, we need to accommodate 2 duplicants in this case. And right now we only have the space for 1 duplicant. Considering we don't need to do any telescoping in this round, I'm gonna exchange that with a mess table as well as a bed. This way we will be able to get 2 duplicants in here. There we go, mess table and a cot. Wonderful. With that out of the way, we're ready to get the rocket started. I'm gonna add Gosman to the crew together with Ellie. And then before I forget, we want to change the crew here as well. Instead of Gosman, it's going to be Turner flying to Glowani with the ethanol. Is Turner actually capable of flying? Yes, he can do everything. That's good to know. I just need to wait for my duplicants to remove the materials here and then we can go. Hang on, I also need steam. Totally forgot about that. Let's reload the rocket. Let's launch the Ratbolt engine first. It's gonna go over here to the orbit. Doesn't matter which tile we take, apparently. Gosman and Ellie should turn up shortly, and hopefully this is gonna be a successful mission. Oh, wait, I forgot materials. Cancel that launch. Yeah, geez. In order to be able to build steam turbines and everything, we need to take materials with us. I already have plastic here. I'm gonna leave that. I'm also gonna bring along about 5 tons of steel. Let's make this high priority. Ooh, check this out. We actually have 0 lime, but I think I brought this over. At least it should be something I collected. If not, I definitely brought over some fossil. So let's set this to priority 7 and somebody should tag along shortly to take care of that, though there are no pending deliveries. Yeah, it's sometimes confusing. If the fossil is inside the rocket, then it doesn't work. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have 9.4 tons of fossil just laying here on the floor. Let's be patient until the duplicants brought everything back. And then in the meantime, we collect another material. Maybe 3.5 tons of steel is already enough. What we definitely want to take along is some iron. Let's go with 10 tons. And then I'm probably gonna take some lead with me for the automation. Coldito also only has granite as a building material. I might take some igneous rock with me. Okay, the steam rocket should now be ready. Let's change the destination. This one is gonna go to Glowani. Though, do we have a platform on Glowani? I totally forgot. Yeah, I just built one. And I even built a system in order to get the ethanol down into an ethanol generator system that we're gonna build here. Obviously, we're not quite ready with that yet, and we also need access to power. Let's grab that aluminium wire. Though aluminium, yeah, I think with the steam rocket we should be fine using aluminium. Something else I'm gonna change is I'm gonna add a second aqua tuner. We are just not fast enough and I had to stop the flow of items in order to be able to keep up cooling. But with 2 aqua tuners we should be totally fine. It's just when all the volcanoes are running and I have all these hot materials to cool down, it's just not keeping up. So just beware that at some point I'm gonna go in here. As soon as this liquid lock here is filled up, I'm gonna make my way in here and remodel this to accommodate 2 aqua tuners and just 1 thermosensor. But with that out of the way, let's begin the launch sequence of the steam engine here together with Turner. It's gonna be a great adventure bringing the ethanol over, basically solving the power problems on Glowani. Now, interestingly enough, this rocket isn't launching. Maybe it is because of this ladder, not 100% sure. Maybe Turner doesn't have the skills. I wonder, maybe we should just go ahead and do the rocket piloting too. Are you gonna do something? Oh, the control station is unreachable. Why? Use the station. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try that again with Gosman. Begin the launch sequence, and now Gosman is gonna take on that flight, and instead we are gonna send Turner together with Ellie for the colonization mission. Yeah, there we go. Gosman can launch it. I don't get it. Ah, I get it. I'm such an idiot. It has to do with the priorities. Turner isn't allowed, right? Rocketry, yeah. There we go. You are allowed to do rocketry, my friend. Something else I almost forgot is we need to bring some metal ore. Let's maybe do... We have plenty of aluminium, right? And that is perfect to build the cabling and everything. Let's also get 20 tons of that in the joint, and then we should be able to get a pretty good start going on the other planetoid. At some point I want to fly back anyways, because I only want 1 duplicant to take care of that situation, but to build the rocket platform we actually need 2 duplicants with 2 Trailblazer modules. So yeah, I think with these 2 rocket launches we are actually gonna wrap up the episode. So in the next episode we will be able to provide the power to Glowani, the ethanol power, down here with natural cooling. And then of course we're also gonna make our way over here to Coldito together with the 2 duplicants in order to dominate the iron volcanoes. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.